If you'd like to see more of our videos, please subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMtrading. Today's April 23rd, 2020. And today is Thursday morning. So looking at the major economic events of the day, lots of events coming out starting at 9:15 South African time. Out of France, we have Flash Services PMI number coming out. And then after that, at 9:30, German Flash Services and Manufacturing PMI numbers coming out. Out of United Kingdom at 10:30, we have Flash Services and Manufacturing PMI numbers coming out. Now, these numbers are going to be very important for the European Union coming out later today, which may affect the euro, which has been very, very quiet. Now, lastly, later today at 2:30 South African time, we have weekly unemployment numbers coming out of the United States. Now, everybody's taking a look at these numbers right now to see how they'll unfold. And we've got still a lot of earning news coming out next week with Apple and Amazon coming out with their corporate earnings. Now, looking at the markets, we're going to first take a look at the Forex symbols. Really no volatility. But today may change that after all these PMI numbers coming out. Now, looking at the Dow Jones, it broke higher yesterday. But remember, there's still more news ahead. So it may be a fake out rally in terms of taking us lower later. Now, looking at the commodities, we saw gold push higher, while oil bounces on some Middle Eastern concerns. Basically, some Iranian gunboats have been harassing some of the tankers, some of the U.S. naval tankers that have been in the area of the Strait of Hormuz. And Donald Trump, the President of the United States, had issued a right to shoot and kill and destroy, those were the words that he used, these Iranian gunships. That offered an opportunity for oil to bounce quite sharply yesterday. We're going to take a look at that. And lastly, looking at the stocks, pretty much trading with the indices. However, Netflix, who came out with corporate earnings about 2 days ago, actually sells off. So that is actually raising a red flag, at least for me right now, as in terms of next week when Amazon and Apple come out with their quarterly returns. But let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. Start out with the Euro USD, and as you can see, we're pretty much at that bottom of that range, but still very, very tight range. I mean, we're only been in a 30 to 50 pip range. However, it is inching out further lower. So if this number does come out really very devastating, we may see a correction here. Looking at the GBP USD, same story, very, very quiet. Most of the commodity, Forex symbols have been on low volatility, which has been really hard to shake. So with that said, okay, let's take a look at the commodities, jumping into gold above 1700 and closing in on our high there. Now, we anticipated this. If we saw it earlier in the week, we did say if it does break this 1688-ish level, and sure enough, that's exactly what happened. Now, jumping into oil, this is the exciting news right now that is happening with what is going on with the Strait of Hormuz. Yesterday, we were trading at $10.50. We spiked yesterday to $15. Okay, that's a big jump for oil, as it looks like it's trading sideways, at least for now. Now, jumping into the Dow Jones, we saw this rally earlier this morning. Okay, I'm going to look at a 1 hour chart, rallying from 23,300-ish level to 23,460. Okay, still a tight range, okay, for the price of for the Dow Jones, but still a nice little bounce, okay, where we've broken this downwards trend line, potential downwards trend line, and we're above the moving averages. Okay, so something to consider going into today. Maybe they're rallying it before the number comes out, perhaps. Okay, that happens a lot. Off of our lows, we're about 600 points, okay, from our 22,911, and we're just about 50% from our high of this 2-week high of 24,225 after, rallying from the 2,100-ish level. So all said and done, the stock market is still unfolding with some of the economic news that is coming out and some of the corporate earning news that is coming out. Now, I want to highlight this. Netflix yesterday was down on the day. Remember, they came out with earnings 2 days ago, and they kind of capitulated up here. Okay, not making a higher high. So suffice it to say, if it does break this 417-ish level, we may see it back in this 390, 380-ish level. And remember, this was the stock that was taking us higher, this and Amazon. And as we're looking right now, they're kind of making some corrections, okay? Amazon here trading at its highs on a 4-hour chart at 23.64, just about $50 to $60 off of its all-time highs. So something to consider going into next week. However, when we look at the banks, they've been really weak. Let's take a look at JP Morgan at the bottom of that range, okay? So if this does break further down, we could see a further correction in the Dow Jones going into the next week and the following week. But the next 30 to 60 days is really crucial. That's going to be the deciding factor about how they're going to ease the economy and open it up and let people come out. And if we do have this second wave, which everybody's anticipating, we may see us getting into territory in the 18 and 15,000 area in the Dow Jones. So something to consider going forward. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish everybody a great trading day.